Hey guys, how's it going? So finally, after about 3 weeks of mucking around, I've finally got both fork seal kits for the RM250, and yeah, we're finally going to get to rebuilding them. If you didn't see the last video, I was talking about how I think I cheaped out on the fork seals and the bush kit I put on it. So yeah, I've bought some SKF fork seals, so pretty much the best seals that you can buy, and yeah, I've bought new inner and outer bushes. Right, so we've got the forks off the bike now. So I'm just gonna push the bike over against the wall now, and then yeah, we can get the vise bolted up onto the bender here, and then yeah, we can start stripping them down. Righty guys, so currently it's about 3 days after the last clip you've just seen, and yeah, I just keep having setback after setback with trying to get the RM250 back up and running. So yeah, I could not for the life of me get those fork caps off the tubes. So obviously when I rebuilt them the first time, I done them up way too tight, and I don't know if the new O-ring or whatever just made it like sort of squish up just a bit tighter. But yeah, they are way too flippin' tight for me to undo. So I've bought the fork cap remover tool that will fit the fork caps, and it'll make a world of difference trying to get these fork caps undone. So fingers crossed tonight these forks are getting rebuilt. Right, so in theory I should be able to remove the bar pad, and I've just tightened the fork tube into the triple clamp, and I've already got the inner compression valve adjuster out, so I should just be able to grab the tool. And for the RM250s it's 50mm. You can see that. Yeah, good enough, you guys get the idea. Anyway, yeah, the 50mm top cap, so I should just be able to put this on here, like so. And there we go. So yeah, I can't even remember what I even done these up with, but bloody hell they were tight. So got the fork leg and the vise, and now I should just be able to finish loosening this cap off. See, so it's just the little tools like that that just help get jobs done. Alright, so as soon as I've pulled the upper fork tube off, I can't really notice anything straight away. The bushes look alright. I'm just trying to remember where this bush here sits. I've got everything new, so I may as well just pull it off. See, like that there is quite loose. Like, I'm not sure if they're meant to be tighter than that. I do remember very faintly when I was pulling them apart originally, they were a lot tighter, but hell, that was like nearly a year ago. The only other thing I was thinking about is how the seal's gone bad, is because I didn't have the fork protector bullet thing. So this is what I'm talking about here. So that slides over there like so, and it just covers up like these sharp edges here, which can catch on the seal and then tear the seal. Like, it only has to be a very small nick, so then yeah, when it's under pressure, it just forces oil out of that little nick. So yeah, after I was at Maddox, it was absolutely humming out. See, that's kind of what it sounded like to me. Is that like that fork spring wedged up against the side of the inner tube, like that rubbing sound. Alrighty, so after a quick bit of smoko and some research, so I've got my computer here, just with the manual on it. I finally think I'm ready to get this fork tube back together. So going as per the manual, I've got the inner like dampening system in the vise. If we come back to the manual, we need to add 193 milliliters of fork oil inside the inner chamber. So there's 150 mils. You guys can't quite see it, but there are measurements on the side here. So I'm going to start by adding the 150 milliliters of fork oil from here into the tube, and then I've got this little measuring container, and this is a little bit more accurate for the last part. Alright, so I've got the upper and lower fork tubes, so pretty much the whole fork leg without the internals. Drop the spring in now. And then I just need to install the internals. Guys, you will not believe what I just found. I think I just solved the problem on the forks of the RM250. There's this little collar thing here. This little, I don't even know what you'd call it, but it's got this plastic bush here on the end. Originally, when I rebuilt these forks, I put that like that for some reason. And obviously that there doesn't not go through. So yeah, I was thinking like there's that play there and what the hell that would be used for. And then I had a look at the manual and realised that this part here didn't look so far up this tube here. And guys, check out this. That there is how it goes. So I've actually had that backwards for the whole time that I've been running it. So this here, the fork spring butts up against that, and that actually keeps it centralised inside the lower fork tube. So yeah guys, learn from this, don't make my stupid mistake. So come to think of it actually, the spring, so if that's the stop for the spring, that white bush there, originally this spring would have been all the way up here, because this would have just slipped straight through the spring, pretty much making the spring not work, I suppose you could say. Alright, so I had an absolute mission of a time getting the internals of the fork tubes in, but I finally got it together. So I'm just now tightening the bottom compression adjuster. And yeah, now we need to tilt the fork leg back up in the vise, and then we need to fill it back up with oil, because they take oil in both the inner, like the inside, and then fork oil on the outside. Right, so as per the manual again, you can see here 350 mils of oil on the outside of the tube, so you can see there. So we're going to pour that in here now. Well guys, that seems to be the fix for the front forks. I just remembered that I actually haven't stripped the other fork, so I've got the one I just done with the new seals, the new bushes and stuff in it, and then the other one, which is exactly how I built them in the first place. So I'll set you up, and then I'll show you guys the difference. So the easiest way for me to explain it, so this fork here in my right hand is the one that I've just rebuilt. This one here is the exact way that I had it since I first rebuilt it. So as what I'm going to do is I'm going to put both thumbs on the top here and just press with my thumbs only. I don't know if you guys saw that already, but this one here, so you can see that one's moving that first part real easily. Now check out this. I don't know how I managed to ride on this. It's just honestly ridiculous. So the very first ride I had, which was at Tech Park, if you haven't seen that video, I'll leave it linked up here, but I was having real bad arm pump problems. Like, not even arm pump, just I was getting real bad cramp from like my wrist all the way up to my shoulders. And it was simply because my arms were literally the front forks. I was taking all the abuse. Originally, I thought it was just on the new bushes, and I'd never done new bushes before. I thought that they might take a bit of time to wear in. But yeah, it got a little bit better. And then we went out to Maddox, and yeah, I was riding out there. And yeah, I started just putting up with it, and my arms were getting like more used to it. I can see now why I was getting arm pump. Just a stupid little mistake that I done, and I turned that thing around on accident. Just because, like, when I stripped them to when I put them back together, it was like 4 months or something, because I don't know if you guys remember, but I got mucked around quite a lot with the anodizing, and then I got them anodized finally, and they were corroded, so I had to get them vapor blasted. It was a huge deal, but yeah, so obviously I forgot when I stripped them, and then I didn't check the manual, I didn't take any photos or anything, so yeah, it was completely my fault, but I've definitely learnt from it, and I'll know for sure RM125 forks are there, that when I'm putting them back together, that I know that I'm going to get them right, because I'm pretty sure they're exactly the same forks as the RM250 ones. So yeah, now I'm just going to pump out the other fork because it's getting late, and then we can get them on back on the bike. Right, so although I just said I wasn't going to film it, I thought this is a perfect example to show you. So just about to get the top cap cracked. Alright, so boom. See that, guys? That is that thing that I put on backwards. So absolute dumbass move, but there you go. Alrighty guys, so now I've got both front forks done. So yeah, before I put them on the bike, I'm just going to set them to the standard click adjustments. So both here on the top and on the bottom, they have like rebound adjustments, so yeah, they click like every time you turn it. So for the upper one, if we come over here to the manual, so that's the compression dampening force adjustment. So it says turn the adjuster screw clockwise until it stops, in brackets full hard position. Then turn the adjuster screw counterclockwise, so towards the soft. And then yeah, after 8 clicks, that's the standard position. So I'm gonna do that for the top on both. And yeah, the rule is whatever you do to one, you must do to the other one. Otherwise, they'll just be battling each other. So I want to turn it clockwise all the way. So it's set at full soft at the moment. So 8 positions counterclockwise. So 8 clicks. So if I can feel on the screwdriver, sort of, it's kind of hard to hear, but you can feel it when it's clicking in. It's like a ratchet sort of system. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So that's the stock position for the compression dampening. And then the bottom one is the rebound dampening force adjustment. So turn the adjuster screw clockwise until it stops, so full hard position again. And then turn the adjuster screw counterclockwise, 11 position, so 11 clicks. So now we've finished rebuilding the forks, as you can see there on the bench. They're ready to be mounted on the RM250 behind me there. So without further ado, let's get them bolted back up onto the bike. Alrighty guys, so the forks are back on the RM250 as you've just seen. So yeah, once we get the cylinder back from being replated, yeah, this bike will be ready to go again, and it's gonna feel so much better with those forks. Like, yeah, I don't know how I was riding it like that, to be honest. Yeah, they're just way more like plush. So yeah, super excited to get back out there and you just test them out, because it's gonna be a different bike with forks that actually works. Yeah, so you guys want to stick around, because in the next couple of weeks I've got something super exciting to bolt onto the RM250. So yeah, go down below and drop a comment what you think I've got for the RM250. Yeah, that's gonna pretty much wrap up this video. Head down below, smash that subscribe button. I've gained heaps of subscribers in the last yeah, about week and a half, 2 weeks, so thank you guys all for that. I'm about to film a RM125 update video, so that'll be live in a couple days. So stick around for that. And yeah, we'll have the RM250 back up and running. and the RM125 project is back underway. Thank you guys for supporting me in the builds and stuff, and watching the YouTube videos. Like, we just passed 1,000 subscribers 2 days ago, and that time-lapse video of me building the 250 is just about to hit 200,000 views. So yeah, that's ridiculous. So thanks heaps, guys, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.